Hello and welcome. I'm so happy you are here. This is English with Jace, the place where you can improve your English in a fun and easy way. If you want to speak English with more confidence and more joy, you are in the right place. My name is Tom, and I'm here to help you speak English more naturally. Don't worry, I will speak slowly and clearly so you can follow me easily. You can also repeat after me. This will help you train your mouth, your brain, and your ears all at the same time. In today's video, we will talk about something very simple. But even if it is simple, it is also very powerful. We will talk about how to practice English every single day. Yes, every day, even if your life is very busy, even if you feel shy, even if you don't live in an English-speaking country. Many people believe they need to live in the UK, the USA, or another English-speaking place to speak English well, but that is not true. You don't need to live in London. You don't need to have a native speaker sitting next to you, and you don't need to study for 3 hours every night. What you really need are small and smart steps, steps that you can do every day. These steps are easy to repeat. These steps can fit into your life, even if you are very busy. And the best part is, these small steps can help you feel more natural, more comfortable, and more confident when you use English. So, let's begin. I want to ask you a simple question. Have you heard of the word shadowing? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. That's okay. Shadowing is one of the best ways to improve your English speaking and listening at the same time. It is simple, but it really works. Here's how shadowing works. You listen to someone speak English, and you repeat exactly what they say. You don't stop. You don't try to translate in your head. You don't check the dictionary. You just copy what you hear. You speak like an echo. Do you know what an echo is? It's the sound that comes right after, like in a cave. When someone says, hello, and the echo says, hello. That's how shadowing works. When you shadow, you try to say the same words at the same speed with the same tone and the same rhythm as the person speaking. Let's try it together. I will say a sentence, you listen. Then you repeat it after me. Are you ready? I want to speak English fluently. Now you say it. I listen to English every day. Now you repeat. Shadowing helps me speak better. Now your turn. Great! That's it. That is shadowing. In the beginning, it may feel a little strange. You might not understand all the words, but don't worry, that's okay. Shadowing is not about understanding 100%. It's about training your mouth and your brain to work together in English. You are learning the music of the language, the way it sounds, the way it moves, the way it feels in your mouth. If you do this often, even just 5 minutes a day, you will start to speak faster, more clearly, and more naturally. It's a small habit, but it can give you big results. Now that we understand what shadowing is, let's talk about the bigger question. How can you practice English every day, even if your life is busy? Many students say this to me. Tom, I really want to learn English, but I don't have time. I'm always busy. I feel nervous when I speak English. I don't know where to begin. Maybe you feel the same way, and that's okay. Many people feel like that. But here is what I always say. You don't need a lot of time. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. What you need to do is just begin. You can start with small steps, simple steps, steps that are easy to do and easy to repeat, steps that fit into your real life, your busy life. That's the secret. So now I want to give you 5 simple and powerful ways to practice English every single day. You don't need a classroom, you don't need a teacher. You can do these things wherever you are, even at home, even when you're tired, even when you only have 10 minutes. Let's start with the first one. This is one of the most important tips I can give you. Tip number 1. Listen to English every day. Yes, every day. Not just once a week, not just during your English class. Every single day. Why is listening so important? Because when you listen to English, your brain starts to learn new words. You hear how real people speak, not just the English in textbooks. You start to understand the rhythm of English, the music of the language. And the more you listen, the faster your ears become. So how can you listen to English every day? There are many easy ways. For example, you can listen to English podcasts like this one. You can watch videos on YouTube. You can listen to English music. You can listen to short stories in English. You can even listen to English news for learners. You don't need to understand everything. Maybe you understand only 30%. That's okay. Maybe 50%. That's good too. Just let the sound of English enter your ears. You can listen while you are doing other things. For example, while you walk, while you cook, while you clean, while you take a shower, while you exercise, even while you relax. Just 10 to 15 minutes a day is enough to make a big difference. Think of English as your background music, like the music that plays quietly when you are in a shop or a cafe. It's always there, and slowly your brain starts to learn without stress. Let me give you a small challenge. Tonight or tomorrow, choose one English video or podcast. Play it while you are doing something simple. Don't worry if you don't understand everything. Just listen. And tomorrow, do the same again. That's how small habits begin. That's how real progress begins. Listening is a great first step, but if you want to speak English well, you must also use your voice. Many learners listen a lot, but they are afraid to speak. They feel shy or worried about making mistakes. But here's something very important. You cannot become good at speaking if you never speak. Just like a baby learns to walk by walking, you learn to speak by speaking, even with mistakes. Mistakes are normal. Mistakes are part of learning. So here is tip number 2. Shadow what you hear. You already learned what shadowing means in part 1. It means listening to someone speaking English and then repeating their words exactly, like an echo. You copy the voice. You match the speed. You try to use the same tone and rhythm. When you do this, your mouth and your brain start to work together. Your pronunciation becomes better. Your speaking becomes smoother. For example, after you listen to a short sentence like, "I want to get better at English," pause and repeat it. Say it out loud. Then do it again. Then again, maybe 3 or 4 times. Another example, I don't understand everything, but I keep going. Repeat that too. Feel how the words move in your mouth. Listen to your own voice. Try to sound like the speaker. You can use short sentences from this video or from any podcast, song, or video you like. The important thing is to repeat and speak, not silently, but with your voice. Say it clearly. Don't worry if it's not perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be practiced. If you do this every day, even just for 5 minutes, you will notice big changes. You will speak more clearly. You will speak more confidently. Your pronunciation will improve. And most importantly, you will not feel as afraid to speak English anymore. You will feel stronger and more comfortable. So, remember, don't just listen. Speak, repeat, use your voice. That's how your English will grow stronger. Now that you are listening to English and using your voice every day, it's time to go one step further. This next step can truly change the way you use English. It can help you speak faster and feel more confident. This step is think in English. Yes, that's right. Tip number 3 is think in English one thought at a time. Many learners make the same mistake. When they want to say something in English, they first think in their native language. Then they try to translate it into English. But this takes time. It makes your speaking slower. Sometimes you even get stuck because the translation doesn't work well. That's why learning to think in English is so helpful. It helps your brain go directly to English without needing to translate. But how do we do that? How can we begin thinking in English? The answer is start small. Start with short, simple thoughts from your daily life. For example, when you wake up in the morning, say something in your head like, "It's morning. I'm still sleepy. I need coffee." These are simple thoughts. You don't need to speak them out loud yet. Just think them in your mind. Then, when you go outside, think, "The sky is blue. I hear a bird. There is a dog. The air is hot today." During your day, you can keep doing this. For example, "I'm going to work. I feel hungry. I want to take a break. I have a meeting at 4 o'clock. These small thoughts are very powerful. Why? Because they help your brain connect to English naturally. Your brain gets used to choosing English words first. You stop needing to translate from your native language. Later, when you feel ready, you can also try saying these sentences out loud. You don't have to speak loudly. You can whisper quietly. You can even say them in a soft voice when you're alone. This is like having a mini English conversation with yourself. Some students feel silly doing this, but it's a great habit. Many people who speak English well do this every day. They talk to themselves in English while walking, cooking, or sitting on the bus. It's simple, it's free, and it really works. So remember, start with small thoughts. Think them in English. Then try saying them. Don't worry about grammar or mistakes. Just let English become part of your thinking. Now that you are thinking in English, let's move to the next powerful habit. Tip number 4. Read aloud every day. Reading is good. Reading helps you learn new words and understand grammar. But when you read aloud with your voice, it becomes even more powerful. Why? Because reading aloud helps your mouth, your tongue, and your brain work together. It trains your speaking muscles. Let me explain. When you read silently, only your eyes and brain are working. But when you read aloud, you also use your mouth, your breath, your voice, and your rhythm. This is just like doing exercise for your speaking. It's like going to the gym, but for your English. You don't need a big book. You don't need to read for 1 hour. You can start with something short and simple. For example, you can read a children's story, a short dialogue from a video or podcast, a short article for English learners, a paragraph from a book written for beginners. Here's how you can do it. First, read the sentence slowly and clearly. Then, read it again, this time a little faster. Then, read it again, with more feeling and expression, like you are acting. Try to read like the people you hear in English videos or podcasts. Copy their voice, their tone, and their emotion. For example, if the sentence is, "Today is a beautiful day," say it once slowly. Say it again a little faster. Then say it with a happy voice, like you are really enjoying the day. This kind of reading helps your pronunciation, your confidence, and your fluency. It also helps you get used to how English feels in your mouth. Over time, your mouth will move more naturally. You won't need to think so much before you speak. You can do this every day, even just for 5 or 10 minutes. Try reading in the morning before work, or in the evening before bed. Make it a fun part of your day. And here's a fun idea. Record yourself reading, then listen to your voice. You might feel shy at first, but it helps a lot. You will hear your progress. You will hear what sounds good and what you want to improve. So remember, don't just read in your mind. Read with your voice. Read with feeling. This small habit will make your English sound stronger, smoother, and more alive. You've learned how to listen, speak, think, and read in English. That's already a big step, but now I want to give you one of the most important tips of all. Tip number 5. Use English in your daily life. Let me explain what I mean. Many learners think that English is something they only do during class or when they sit down to study. For example, they study English for 30 minutes on Monday night. Then they don't touch English again until the next week. But if you want to speak English well, that is not enough. You should not only study English, you should live with English. That means you need to bring English into your real daily life, not just in your books or apps, but in the small things you do every day, like your morning coffee, your favorite app, or the music you listen to. When English becomes a part of your daily routine, it feels more natural. You don't have to force it. You just start to live with the language. So how do we do that? Let me give you a very easy example. Change the language on your phone to English. Yes, it's that simple. You probably look at your phone many times a day, maybe 50, maybe even 100 times. That's a lot of time. So why not use that time to learn? When your phone is in English, you start to see new words every day. For example, settings, airplane mode, update available, delete, brightness, download complete. You don't have to study these words, you just see them again and again, and your brain remembers. This is called passive learning. It's a great way to learn without stress. Over time, these words become easy and natural for you. You can also do the same with your favorite apps. If you use Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or WhatsApp, switch the language to English. Now, when you use them, you're also practicing English. It's a small change, but it makes a big difference over time. The goal is to surround yourself with English, just like people who live in English-speaking countries. You may not live in the UK or America, but your phone can become your own English world. So remember, English should not be something you do once a week. It should be something you live with every day in small and simple ways. I want to give you another easy but powerful habit. You don't need to speak to anyone. You don't need a teacher. You just need a few minutes and a simple idea. Here is the tip. Write a short diary in English every day. Yes, just 3 or 4 sentences a day can really help you. You don't need to write a long story or an essay. You just need to write about your day, something simple and real. For example, you can write, "Today I went to work. I was very tired in the afternoon. I drank 2 cups of coffee. It rained in the morning, so I stayed inside. I watched an English video after dinner." That's it. That's your English practice for the day. Simple, real, and useful. Why does this help so much? Because when you write about your real life, your brain starts to connect English with your daily world. You use real vocabulary. You use real sentence structure. You begin to express your own thoughts and experiences in English. This is very powerful. It helps you feel more natural. It helps you build fluency. And over time, you get faster and more confident when you want to say something. Also, when you write in English, you are not in a hurry. You have time to think. You can check your spelling. You can look up a word if you need to. This makes you feel more comfortable and more in control. And here's something even better. You can keep all your writing in a small notebook or on your phone. After a few weeks, you can look back and read what you wrote. You will see your progress. You will notice that your English is getting better. If you want, you can also write to a friend who is learning English too. You can send short messages to each other. You don't need to write perfect grammar, just share simple thoughts. Even this small communication will help your learning. You don't need more than 5 minutes a day. Just sit down, write a few sentences, and smile. You are building a habit. You are becoming a real English user.
Yes, just 1 minute. You don't need anything special, only your phone. You don't need to send it to anyone. It's just for you. This is a great way to practice speaking, improve your pronunciation, and hear your own progress. So, how do you do it? At the end of your day, take your phone and open your voice recorder app. Then start talking in English. Speak for 1 minute. You can talk about anything. For example, today I woke up early. I made breakfast for my family. Then I went to work by bus. It was a little cold in the morning. In the evening, I watched an English video about travel. That's all. Just say what happened in your day. Don't worry if it's not perfect. Don't stop to think too much. Just speak naturally, like you are telling a story to a friend. You can also talk about your plans. Tomorrow, I will go shopping. I need to buy some food and a new shirt.
Then I will study English for 20 minutes. Or your feelings. I felt happy today. I was a little tired in the afternoon, but now I feel more relaxed. This simple activity does many things. First, it helps you practice thinking and speaking at the same time. Second, it helps you notice how you sound in English. When you listen to your own voice, you can hear your pronunciation. You can hear your mistakes, and you can see what you are doing well. You may feel shy at first. That's normal. Many people feel strange when they hear their own voice. But don't worry, no one else needs to hear it. This is your private practice, and the more you do it, the more comfortable you will feel. If you do this every day, you will become faster, more fluent, and more confident. You will also learn to speak without needing to translate. Your ideas will come more naturally. So, try it tonight. Take your phone, speak for 1 minute, and tomorrow, do it again. It's a small step, but it can give you big results. Learning English by yourself is possible. You can listen, read, write, and even talk to yourself in English. But sometimes it feels lonely. You might feel tired, or you might feel like you want to give up. That's why it's helpful to connect with other people who are learning English too. So, here is another great tip. Join an English-speaking group online. Today, it is very easy to find people around the world who are also learning English. You don't need to go to a class. You don't need to travel. You can use your phone or your computer, and you can join a group from anywhere. There are many places online where English learners talk to each other. For example, WhatsApp groups for English learners, Telegram channels where people share messages in English, Facebook groups for learning English, apps like Tandem or HelloTalk where you can meet language partners. These groups are full of people just like you. They are learning, practicing, and trying to become better in English. So, what can you do in these groups? You can write short messages in English. For example, "Hi, I'm from Brazil. I'm learning English. Today I watched an English video. It was fun. Can anyone help me with this sentence?" You can also send short voice messages. You can say, "Hello," ask a question, or talk about your day. Don't worry about making mistakes. Everyone is learning, just like you. Even if you don't write or speak much, you can still learn. Just by reading what other learners say, you will see how real people use English. You will learn new words. You will understand how simple and clear sentences work in real conversations. And most of all, you won't feel alone. You will feel like you are part of a group, a community, a team. That gives you motivation. It helps you stay excited. It reminds you that learning English is not just a school subject, it is a way to connect with people, to make new friends, and to understand the world better. So, if you haven't already, try joining an English group online. Look for one today. Say hello. Read a few messages. And maybe tomorrow send your first message. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to begin. Now you've learned many helpful tips. You know how to listen, speak, think, read, write, and even connect with others in English. But here's the most important message. Don't treat English like homework. Treat it like part of your life. English should not be something you only do once a week. It should not be something you only do in a classroom or when you feel ready. You don't need to wait for a perfect time. You don't need
hours every day. What you really need is to make English a part of your daily routine. Something small you do every day, like brushing your teeth or drinking water. Let me show you how easy it can be. In the morning, when you wake up, say in your mind, "It's a new day. I'm ready."
When you look at your phone, the settings are in English. You see words like update, notifications, or battery. That's learning. As you cook breakfast, play an English podcast in the background. You don't need to understand every word, just listen and enjoy the sound of English. As you walk outside, think in English. The sun is bright. I feel happy today. There's a bird on the tree. During lunch, write a short sentence in your diary or on your phone. I had chicken and rice. It was delicious. Later, watch a short English video. Pause after each sentence. Repeat it. Shadow it. Try to copy the tone and rhythm. At night, before you sleep, record your voice. Speak for 1 minute about your day. Say how you felt. Say what you learned. Say what you want to do tomorrow. All of these are small actions, but together they build strong habits. They create a life where English is always with you, not just when you study, but when you live. And here's something special. When you make English part of your life, it becomes easier. You don't feel stressed. You don't feel like it's a school subject. It becomes your second voice, your second world. So remember, listen a little every day. Speak a little every day. Think in English when you can. Read aloud when possible. Write short sentences about your life. Record your voice to hear your progress. Connect with others to stay motivated. And most importantly, have fun. Learning English is not just about rules or grammar. It's about using the language to express yourself, to connect with people, and to enjoy life in a new way. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going, step by step, day by day, with small, smart actions. You are becoming a confident English speaker. So keep going, keep practicing, and remember, you are doing a great job. See you next time.